What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Beat the Maze. It's EMB.
And it's your girl, Jaysha.
And we have a special guest for y'all this week, my man, Brian, the balloon artist. What's up, Brian?
What's happening?
Nothing much. Very glad to have you on the pod today.
For sure. I appreciate it.
No problem. So we like to start with a quick segment. Lost my words already. We like to start with a quick segment, just talking about how our weeks have been leading up to this recording. So, Jay, how's your week been?
This week, gosh, I don't know what came out my mouth just now, but this week went by very fast. These weeks have been flying so far. Like the whole month of September is like flying before our eyes. August flew. I'm excited for October because like we're moving, so I want like just to get along the way. But it went by pretty fast, but it was nice. It was nice. I got a lot done. You?
Week has been pretty good so far. Just been chilling. Started off a little hectic, I'm not gonna lie to you, but I think towards the second half of the week, was able to pick it up some, just kind of get back on track to what I'm used to and kind of where I want to go, put my interests back where they're supposed to be. Brian, how's your week been?
It's been a little slow. I haven't really been working that much. I just came back from Miami yesterday, so it's been more like play than work, but starting tomorrow is like all focus. I gotta get back into it.
Yeah, sometimes you need that though. You gotta give yourself time to relax.
Yeah. I had went to Miami for my friend's birthday. She turned 25, so it was like a small group of us. It was fun.
That's hard.
Sounds fun.
That's hard.
Y'all came back as one friend group, right? Y'all know friend groups be dropping like five in Miami.
Yeah, no. Everybody cool. Everybody's cool.
That's a good job. So you don't mind just telling the audience a little bit about yourself, like who are you, how'd you get started doing what you do, and we'll take it from there.
All right, so I'm Brian. I'm 24 years old from North Philly. I mean, shout out to Philly. I'm a balloon artist. I started out doing balloons when I was 14. I just was I feel like a natural born hustler. Like I just always wanted to make my own money doing something. And my parents was baking cakes and doing event planning. So it just kind of like was in my household already. And my dad pitched it to me. And I just started doing it. And then over the years, I just stuck with it. So now it's my life.
That's so unique, like balloon art. So was it like, you said your parents pitched it to you, was it like they just needed they needed someone who could do balloons and you were just trying to like make some money? Or was it like you were playing around with balloons one day and it was like,
Nah, so this what happened. So at the time, like I was a freshman in high school, and you seeing people like wearing different clothes and like different brands and stuff. So I'm seeing that as a freshman. I'm like, dang, I'm trying to get my closet up. And then I'm thinking to myself too, like like when you get out of school, you go grab pizza with your friends or go to the movies and stuff. I didn't want to ask my parents for no money. So I was just trying to find out how I could make some money. So I asked my dad, about a job. And then he was saying, you're too young to get a job. You're only 14. You should do something that involves what we got going on. So he had pitched it to me and was like, you should be a clown. And I was like, I'm not trying to be a clown.
Nobody trying to be
no yeah, not trying to be a clown. But then he was like, clowns like face paint. They do magic tricks. They do what was that, face paint, magic tricks, and balloons. So I was just trying to like figure out which one I wanted to do, just like playing around with it. I never thought like career at all. But he had showed me like some little like balloon kits and whatnot. I started practicing with him. And then they had introduced me to somebody. I did a job with them, and I made like $60 in 2 hours. So after that, I was sold. I'm like, oh, I can make money off of this. So I just kept doing it, and that's how it went.
I think that's dope, especially like when I think about being 14 in Philly, like that's prime time. Yo, go get a job. You trying to work at Foot Locker. You trying to work.
Yeah.
Like, you just trying to do whatever to make a little bit of bread.
Right.
So, definitely. I respect that. I respect that about your parents, that they're like, yo, we got this thing going on already. Like, why are you outsourcing?
Yeah.
And you did it right here.
I think I wish more like family businesses did that in the sense of like, instead of, oh, the kid, like most people, especially when you have entrepreneur parents, like my mom, she's entrepreneur. And it's like, oh, I want to make money. Like I want to make my own thing similar at the same age. And my mom was like, no, you can't get a job, but you can
Right.
come help me organize the taxes and do it. My
Mhm.
mom has a tax business. And I was like, I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to do
Right.
filing paperwork. So I think that's cool that you were able to find something that was like creative and different and unique, but like it was a relatively quick turnaround too, like putting the balloons. So what
Yeah.
goes into like balloon art? Do you have to like plan it out, draw it out before you do it, or?
I mean, it depends. So like you learn a lot of the basics early on, and people usually tend to stick with the basics. As the market goes, like new things have come out or more popular things have come out. Like right now it's like balloon garlands. Over the past couple of years, it's been balloon garlands. Like that's the most popular thing to do. And I'm looking over at like my calendar right now. I was thinking about like when you just said something about planning. So I'm gonna be doing the Eagles home opener. They got a game today, but it's an away game. I'm gonna be doing the Eagles home opener next Monday on the 19th. And like that's something that I have to plan because
Right.
I'm going to stadium, so it's like it's a lot of stuff. So I gotta plan this out. This isn't like, oh, I just show up on the job and just knock it out. Like, nah, this is gonna take days of prep time, and actual like labor is gonna be hours and hours. So at least probably like 12 of labor, 12 hours of labor between the day before and the actual day. Maybe a little more than that, but
So
somewhere around.
oh, you were assistant?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Walk me through that. Like from the moment it said, we want to pay you to come do the balloons to the balloons are up and ready to be seen. Like walk me through that. Like how do you get that together?
So right now, like I could tell you exactly what I actually have to do for tomorrow. So I
Mhm.
have to send headshots. I gotta send like first and last name, what is it, like your vehicle license plate numbers, basically all of your information to get like my credentials so I can get into the
Right.
stadium and stuff. Me and whoever my team members gonna be, we gonna wake up mad early. Well, this game, this will be my first actual game of the season. I did the preseason game,
Mhm.
and then I did a damn, I forgot what the first one was. That's crazy. But I did 2 events so far with the Eagles. This will be my 3rd event, but the 3rd event is the actual home opener of the normal season.
Oh, so
But
you the regular now.
yeah.
All
So
right.
like before it was like every game is a little bit different, but for this game I'm gonna have like a different team, and we actually gonna have access to the stadium the day before this time. Usually like it's the same day. So the games usually start at like 7. If they
Mhm.
start at 7, we have early access to get in at 8 a.m. Once you get in at 8 a.m., you can start and work, but you have up until 4:30 to finish because
Okay.
fans start coming in at 5 and then the game start at 7. So I'm working like a maniac from the time I wake up until 4:30. Like I'm trying to make sure everything is done and right. Like you don't want to mess up. So that's how it's been the last 2 games. But this game gonna be a little different because I got access the night before. So
Mm.
half of my work can be done the night before, so I won't have to rush that same day. But
Right.
um, so yeah, I gotta send those credentials over, and right now we just still wrapping up like the invoice and stuff. So like I'm gonna send the final draft of the invoice tonight. I'm gonna send it over tomorrow to the coordinator. Once it gets approved, she'll like give me the thumbs up, and then she gonna start processing. Once it start processing, I get paid a week later. So if it gets processed tomorrow, I'll get my payment on the same day. But if I would have had it done last week, I would have had it now.
Mm.
But so after everything is approved, I gotta start. I gotta start working. I gotta literally order everything from my manufacturer tomorrow. Not my manufacturer, my supplier tomorrow. I'll probably get everything by Tuesday the 13th. That's what I hope. If not Tuesday, it'll be. Is this too much?
No,
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 no.
no, I'm interested.
If I hope everything gets here like from my supplier by Tuesday. If not Tuesday, it'll be Wednesday for sure. And then literally I want to say Saturday night, the 17th, I'll start like blowing up the Mylars. Mylars are like so if you go to a store and you get like a balloon blown up and it has like characters on it and stuff like that,
Mhm.
that material is a Mylar. It's like foil. It's not latex, but that stuff lasts longer. So I'll start that like Saturday night. Now, mind you, the Eagles game is on Monday. So I'll start that like Saturday night, and all my latex stuff I'll start like midday Sunday, and then I'll load everything up in like a U-Haul. I got my own truck, but like everything won't fit in that truck. I need a bigger one, so I'll rent like a big U-Haul, load everything up in there, and then Sunday night, me and my team gonna go to the stadium, set everything up, and then Monday morning we'll go and just like do touch-up work and just do like a walkthrough, make sure everything is fine, and
Right.
then the Eagles game will start. Once it starts, I'm out of there. I won't stay for the. I probably won't stay for the actual game because like we don't get tickets just because we vendors. But
Okay.
if I wanted to, I could probably like buy a ticket and go. But it's all right. I'll probably go to another one later on in the season.
Right. So I wanna take a moment and, first of all, congratulations, because
Yes.
that's
Thank you.
no small accomplishment. That's no small accomplishment, nothing to sneeze at, like whatsoever. And I wanna backtrack because a lot of our audience, they're younger, they're just getting started out, really getting their feet wet. And I know, up until this point, you've had a lot of growth, a lot of pivoting, a lot of just, figuring out who you are, who this brand is supposed to be, and like where it's going. So I know you talked a little bit in like other interviews that you've done about you started out doing free work, and then you've done like just basically just referrals and word of mouth. And so I want to go back to like up until this point and thinking about when you first started, like doing your first events from free to first make your money getting paid to like now where you are, what have been some of the biggest lessons, or like what has gone into growing your brand to what it is today?
So much, so much. It's so much that you learn. I just talked about this the other day. Like I tell other people, who ask me these types of questions now, it's like, yo, do not skip the struggle, man. Like, do not skip the struggle, because if you do, you're gonna miss out on so much. Like if you're just trying to jump from, man, I got this stuff on my wall. Like I'm gonna show y'all real quick, right? Like in my room, like these is all like
Wow.
positive affirmations and stuff. Like then I got like here go my vision board, and then I got like notes here. I got notes on this side. Like I don't play no games, right? And on and on one of the cards, right, it says like you can't go to level 10 with level 1 habits. Like you literally cannot skip the struggle. You got to go through all of this stuff. Man, I done been burnt out of money. Uh, all types of stuff. Like I want to say that's probably one of my biggest lessons as far as like running a business is
Mhm.
like don't because we as Black people, we always be trying to give deals and stuff like that, or like be trying to look out. Like and before 2018, I used to like get my remaining balance. Like so I would do a deposit and then I would get my remaining balance the same day, like as I do the work, or I would get it done after I finish the job. But you never supposed to do nothing like that. But I didn't know, you just trying to build your name up and stuff. You'll take on any job to like build your way up. So that's one thing that like I had to change immediately. Like now I get paid 2 weeks in advance. Like I got jobs that's 3 weeks from now, but I got all the money, like there was a time where I wouldn't take the money until after the job was done. And then people then walked away and like stop calling or stop answering, all types of stuff. But I had to go through that to get to this point, though.
Right.
You
And
know?
I also think that speaks on your character too, as like business, because like a lot of business, you're working with corporations. You're not just working with
Yeah.
like people to people too much anymore. You're working with like big name headquarters. So
Right.
that speaks to you, and then being able to trust that like if we pay this guy, he's actually going to deliver the work that he says he's going to deliver.
Right. And I tell people like who are like uncomfortable with that, like one, to just check my track record. Two, this is like who I am. This is the only way that I make money for real. And then three, um, if somebody don't like trust you, then you don't want that to even be your customer. Like
Right.
Yeah.
I want needs to be built off of. I want my brand to be built off of like trust, loyalty, all that type of stuff. So you got to be able to trust me. If you can't, then I'm not your customer. I'll walk away from money easily.
And so y'all that are listening, he said check his track record. I'm just gonna read off some of his track record.
Just some.
We got Forever 21, Insomnia, Paradox Lab 5, Year Event, the Philadelphia Eagles, the Philadelphia 76ers, Roots Picnic. Roots
Mhm.
Picnic.
That joint was crazy when I seen it. I was like, damn.
Saks Fifth Avenue, New York. I'm into fashion. That's a big deal.
And the
Saks
gallery.
Fifth, that's a big deal.
And the gallery.
And the gallery.
That's hard.
Like,
That's
congratulations to you. I'm giving you your class now. I'm giving you your flowers because
Thank you. Thank you.
those are big things. I'm pretty sure those are just some of the few because I'm pretty sure you can list things that you've done. So, like, I'm curious, what was your favorite event that you've done or balloon art?
Stole my question.
Oh, that was your question?
Stole my
Okay.
question.
Dang. I want to say right now, my favorite. I don't even think it's actually like the work that I did. That's my favorite. It really be the experience. It's the overall experience. I think Saks was really fun because at that time last year, I was just having so much fun. Like I literally came from Atlanta, and then I came back home to Philly to work, and then like the very next day, I went to New York to do the Saks event. And then after Saks, like I literally hopped on a plane the next day to go to Atlanta to go to like Kanye concert. So like that probably was like one of my favorite times because like that Saks event was right there in the middle. And then I think right now like I'm really enjoying like the Eagles stuff too. So between the Eagles and Saks, those two are my favorites for sure.
Wow. And I'm assuming you're local to Philly as well to like
Yeah,
you to do things with the Eagles.
yeah. It's only like a 20-minute ride from my house, so
Oh, that's
Oh, that's a good
lovely.
one.
Yeah.
right there.
That is like truly, what do your parents think with them being entrepreneurs? Are they still doing what they were doing when you were growing up?
So my mom is doing more like an online boutique, and my dad still does cake here and there, but he only wants service like big clients, and
Okay.
he's into like real estate as well. So they extremely proud. Like I beat that like that goal of mine so long ago, so many years ago. Like everything I'm doing now is just extra. Like they super proud. Um they been was like they didn't think it'd go this far, you know? Like so they like, yo, man, I don't even know what else to say. Like you good. Like they just happy that I want to keep leveling up. So they super proud though.
Yeah. So what does it look like doing research for the balloons? And I'm sorry, you might have questions.
No, go ahead.
Oh, you're good. What does it look like doing research for the balloons? Like you go, like someone's like, hey, I want you to do something. We don't really know what we want you to do. We just want you to make it nice. Do you like freestyle it and just play around? Do you go and take like, oh, you saw, like I saw you did this. Is it a Mario Kart? Like the
Yeah.
thing, it was
Oh,
like
talking
a
about the installation.
flower. Yeah. You
Red.
did that. Like, do you see something and go like, I want to just recreate that in balloons?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like a lot of times, I remember at one point I used to think to myself like I call myself a recreator because a lot of stuff don't. It's not like I don't know. A lot of stuff isn't original. If you can say that, like a lot of stuff isn't original. Like a lot of music today, not all of it, but some of it comes from being inspired by somebody else. Or like look at LeBron, like he watched somebody before, he watched Jordan, Kobe watched this person watched that person. So it comes from a place and then you just add your own like flair to it. But a lot of times, like if people don't know what they want, I really like to start off with a budget. Because if you let's say you have $1,000 budget, then that's easier to work with versus like $100 budget, because it's like, well, there's not much I can do. So if somebody has a certain type of budget, usually people have like a vision. Then they're like, you got Instagram now, social media, you see all these celebrities having these super extravagant events. So a lot of people, you can find inspiration pics from like other people's stuff. Somebody might be like, yo, I want something like Kylie Jenner had for her daughter party or something like that. And then they'll send me pictures, and then I'll send them stuff and be like, hey, like, do you want it to be like this or whatever? And honestly, I'm at a point now where people would just be like, I just trust your judgment. Like, just give me something for $700. And then I'll be like, all right, this is what I can do. Let me see the venue. What's the time? What's the colors you want? Excuse me. What's the colors you want? Stuff like that. And then we'll go from there.
Yeah. So like I know you talked about preparing for the Eagles event, but for somebody I know everybody's really just getting started with like doing events. I know holiday season is coming up. So like for a more personal project, how long might it take you to prepare for an event?
Um, you said for like personal, right?
Yeah, personal as in like more intimate clients or like one-on-one clients.
Um, well, somebody like for the Eagles, like we've been talking about the home opener for months now, but like actually just focused on this one event. We've been talking for like the past probably like the past 2 weeks. I'm looking at my calendar again. So yeah, probably like the past 2 weeks. And it's just here and there. So it takes time. It's just like small stuff. Like, do you think we should put this here? And like it's really like small, intricate stuff. But yeah.
Okay. Okay. I got a question. So I saw on your website that you do classes now.
Yeah.
How
It's
is that
crazy,
going?
man. It's crazy because like I'm supposed to be playing in my class right now, but like when you're an entrepreneur, it's so hard to figure out what to do next. Like,
Mhm.
and then you're trying to like manage your business, you're trying to manage like your personal life, you're trying to manage like spending time with your family, your friends. Like it's so much. And of course it's 24 hours. So it gets daunting. It's really tough. But I'm supposed to be playing in a class for October, but it's like I'm trying to work on this Eagles thing. I'm trying to plan like my personal projects. I'm trying to plan time to do interviews, and it's like
Right.
it'd be hard. But I'm planning to do a class in October. I just found the space. I didn't post about it yet, so I'll probably post about it now. But I found the space. It's a great space. It was like another client of mine.
Mhm.
They offered to like let me use their space downtown. It's in like 2 Liberty, so I'm really grateful and blessed for that. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna do a class in October. I just don't know how I want to structure it yet. I don't know if I want to do group classes. This will be my first time doing group classes,
Okay.
or if I'll just continue to do one-on-ones. But the groups, I'm not thinking to do like 20 at a time. I'm thinking like 2 or 3, like yeah, really like 3 to 5 at a time. So I'm trying to
Yeah.
entertain that. Or do I want to just stay one-on-ones?
Mhm.
I think it's definitely, I'm one of those people that's like, if you don't know what you want to do, try both. So I think
Mhm.
you can test out well, you didn't ask for my advice, obviously, but I'm giving my opinion, sorry. But I would definitely say like it's no harm in testing both of them, testing one in like an intimate setting and the
Yeah.
one-on-one, and testing like the group setting. And just because either way, people are gonna come because it's you and they want to learn that from you. But you have to find and figure out like what works best for you. What do you personally enjoy?
Yeah.
Like I know for me, I really like what I do on my social media, but I realize what people enjoy versus what I enjoy, like there are different things. So I
Yeah.
enjoy more one-on-one settings than group settings. But I
Mhm.
know a lot of people will gather in group settings. So it's kind of finding what you like.
Yeah, I agree. That's great advice.
Yeah. How has I know you on Instagram you said teaching so far has been like it's been an interesting experience. I know you just touched on it again. What have been some of the things that you've learned since you started doing your classes?
Mhm. Shit, not to toot my own horn, but I learned that I'm a great teacher. Like
That's
I can really
big.
I do well at teaching. I think it's because like I'm naturally like an introvert, but I think like when I'm in a room where I have to talk, I can hold my own always. Like I'm not like I'm very confident in speaking. So if I think it's like, all right, so right now I might be a little shy because I'm on camera, but like off camera, like I'm like super open and I'm like I'm not worried, but it's like because I know it's a camera on, like I'm like just a little bit. But
I couldn't even tell.
Yeah, no, you're
when
not
I'm when I'm
outside.
No.
it's crazy. I feel that way just a little bit, but like when I'm in a classroom, right? I think like for like my first class and my second class, I was a little nervous, but I didn't took 4 classes now, and it's
Mm.
like every time I teach, it's just like it's so easy, like because you already know the stuff, and if you already like know how to talk and you a people person, is very easy. So that's why I kind of want to do the group because it's like the one-on-ones are great. I love the fact that I can just work with one person at a time,
Mm.
but I want a little more of a challenge now. Like I want to because it's starting to get a little easy with the one-on-one. So I would rather it be like 2 or 3 people that I gotta, work with. Like I find myself in the one-on-ones now, like I'll teach them and then I'll be able to like walk away while they work. And it's like too much time where I'm just like not doing anything.
Chilling.
So
Yeah.
it's like in that time I want to work with somebody else. So the time will also pass by faster, I feel like. And the class are always short. It's like the longest it's been is an hour and a half. So I only do 60-minute and 90-minute ones.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Have you come across any, I mean, I know there are other balloon artists, but is there like a community of you guys, or is it kind of really like a solo dolo type of
Great
career?
question.
So I usually rock solo a lot, but it's so many. It's crazy because like when I tell people, like they be like, "What? It's a lot of people who actually do balloons." It's like, yes, it's literally like tens of thousands. It's like they're everywhere. But like if you're not in the balloon world, like you wouldn't know. But like it's balloon artists everywhere. The industry is very, very, very oversaturated right now, especially since 2020. Like 2020, everybody became a balloon artist. It seemed like, and it kind of like messed things up for the industry, but like at the same time, it's great for the industry. So it's weird, but it's so many people. I mean, Philly and Jersey, everywhere. I think the best ones though are like out of the country, like not in the US. The best, like absolute best ones are in like Japan. Like I challenge y'all, like after this, go on Google and type in like balloon artistry.
All right.
But
Definitely.
type in like advanced balloon artistry, like you're gonna see some stuff, man.
I'm about to do it.
You're gonna
What?
see some stuff.
Instagram?
It's gonna be like, yeah. No.
No,
Just
Google.
you just go on Google. Or matter of fact, on Instagram too. I'm about to look up a hashtag myself, and then I'll tell you exactly what to look at. It's some stuff, man.
Advanced Japan artist.
Type in
That's the word.
balloon
That's
art.
the word.
Yeah, that.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
yo, this is a
Nice.
cicada. No, it's a flea. But yo,
I don't think that's a fleet.
It
that's
gets
a flea. That's your
It gets crazy.
yo.
Can I see it?
So
I'm telling you.
do you aspire to like get to that level, or do you kind of like what you do now and you
Oh
found
my
your lane?
gosh. This
I
is
feel like if I was to stick with it, you see what I'm saying?
that's a balloon.
You see what
Wow.
I'm saying? Like it really gets very, very intricate. And they do like you got like balloon floats, it's all types of stuff. I like art overall,
Okay.
but I also like me, I don't want to be so one-dimensional. I don't want to just stick to balloons all my life. I want to get into other forms of art. I like fashion, I like music, I like sports. So it's like I want to be involved in some way in all of it. Like, and then before I'm a balloon artist, like I'm an entrepreneur, businessman, hustler first. So it's like I care a lot about the art, but I don't want to get so into it to the point where I'm not worried about everything else too. So I try to like do a little bit of everything. So for the reason why like I got into entrepreneurship and stuff is just because like I never knew what I wanted to do in life. I never was like, yo, when I grow up, I want to do this one thing for 50 years. Like I've never been like, yo, this is what I want to do. Like I don't think I'll ever be that way because it's so much stuff that I like. So it's like before I die, like I want to be able to say I did multiple things or I liked a lot of things and did a lot of things. But like my overall goal in life is to just do something that I love doing every single day, make enough money to provide whatever lifestyle it is that I want for myself, my family, my kids, and I don't have any yet. And just travel the world and make memories and experiences. Like that's literally it. That's my life motto. So that's all I want to do.
I like that. And so just to segue over to that, you say you're not just an artist, you're also an entrepreneur, you're a businessman. What's the business behind running this customer-based business? So you are making income as a person is sending you a statement invoice, like they have to come to you. I'm assuming you have to put some type of marketing behind it or have to put some type of kind of like trust service behind it so people know like, okay, this is who you want to come to for this event, this is what you're going to get from them. What is that like, coordinating that? And then also I'm really curious, what is that like, bookkeeping that, like how do you keep that organized?
So like bookkeeping is like a touchy subject for most for most like entrepreneurs, but it's actually a lot easier than people would think. So literally, when you running a business, you got to keep everything from your business separate from your personal. So it's
Mm,
like literally, if you just use let's say you just use one debit card, right, or one credit card for business purposes only. Literally, if you buy everything with that, everything will be in your statements. So if you want to bookkeep that, you just put all of your income here and all of your outcome here, and then you just write it down. It's literally like that simple, and just keep it
simple.
separate from your personal expenses. Like, so as far as like bookkeeping goes, that's how that goes. And then it's like quarterly, you're supposed to do your taxes and all that stuff. So it's like 4 times a year. But as far as like marketing goes, it's funny because I ask me all the time more. I should be marketing more and stuff like that. I don't promote, or if I don't post, I would like to. But it's because I'm doing other things outside of balloons,
Okay.
and I make enough money to survive and maintain and live. So it's like I don't really market as much. But like if I really want to push, like what you're about to see in like another week or so, because I'm about to do the Eagles game, and then I'm about to drop some installations, and I got like other stuff coming out. But when that's ready, then I'll just like post consistently. But I don't feel the pressure to like market so heavy. Word of mouth is like really an amazing thing. That's why I say, like, if you don't skip the struggle and you just work every time you do a job, right? If I do a job for somebody tomorrow, if everything goes good, hopefully like that client and everybody at her event or his event will be like, yo, who did the balloons or whatever? Oh damn, I'm gonna hold your card for like when I have an event. Like if it's 100 people there, 100 of those people have birthdays for themselves. They got birthdays for their kids. Somebody gonna have a baby shower. Somebody gonna have this, a wedding or whatever. Their girlfriend gonna have a birthday. Their boyfriend gonna have a birthday or whatever. So it's like but that's through one client. So if
Right.
you have 10 clients in this week, like now it's 100 people at each one. That's 1,000 people that could possibly have seen your work and so on and so forth. So if you keep your relationships great with people and like your referrals is good, because really everything is word of mouth at this point. Like I want to say like 95% is like word of mouth. Like a post on Instagram is great, don't get me wrong, but like most of my clients is like repeat clients, or it's like it's like, oh hey, I'm so and so's cousin, whatnot. So it's like
Yeah.
it's crazy. I really be amazed. Like every day I'm waking up to somebody reach, or a couple of people reaching out to me, and I just be like, damn, I ain't even post nothing all week. It's like it's crazy.
So,
I,
I want to talk a little bit about relationship building, because I think people who want to be entrepreneurs, people in our age bracket anyway, like, but especially entrepreneurs, I think they underestimate the value of like building and keeping relationships good. And, we connected through a relationship. Shout out to the homie Matt.
That's my boy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You feel me? And our actual recommendation for, guessing, he was one of the you was the first person that he recommended. So def shout out to Matt. But have you always been good with like keeping relationships, or is that something you kind of developed the more that you've grown?
Nah, absolutely. So man, before I started doing balloons, like I said, my dad was a baker. So my dad already was like grooming me with all of this stuff. I feel like nowadays it's really important to build a personal brand. And it's
Yeah.
like if you're gonna run a personal brand, you have to already have this stuff in you personally, like in your real life. Like how I run my business is how I am in real life. So
Yeah.
that's why it's really super easy. So it's like it's really easy. Like like you said, for example, with Matt, that's my homie. Like that's my real homie. So if you cool with Matt and he says, and you saying, hey man, I'm looking for a guest, or yo, I'm thinking about this and whatnot, he won't be like, yo, I know somebody. Like all rip. Like and if you're all looking for somebody, right? Let's say you like, man, I'm looking for a dancer, or I'm looking for a makeup artist in Philly. I'm gonna be like, oh damn, I think I know somebody, like, but I might know 20 of them, but
Right.
somebody I have a great relationship with, and I know this is a decent person. I'm not gonna just recommend anybody. I'm gonna recommend a decent person. I'm gonna be like, yo, hey Ian, I know somebody, you know, it's literally that simple. So you keep your relationships intact with people, you'll be fine. Like it's really that easy. But the more relationships you have, because it's really, you know how the saying, your net worth is your network.
Yeah,
Like that's extremely real. Like
yeah,
you gotta have great relationships. Just be nice to people. Like, but if it's naturally you, it's easy.
yeah.
But if you
Hard.
if you a mean, nasty person, you're gonna have a hard time. You're gonna have a real hard time.
No, that's
Nah,
completely real. Like I
completely
think
valid.
we both run personal brands, and that has been one of the things I have had a personal brand since 2014. Every single time it was like life sucking for me until like recently where I kind of realized, you know, what I put out, who I am is the brand,
Yeah,
not
Yeah.
putting out what people want, putting out who you are. And it
Right,
makes,
right.
like you said, it makes it so much easier. It's seamless. It's just organic. It's what you feel. It's what you want to do. I think people underestimate that. I think people, especially in the social media days, and you have the TikToks
man.
and
Don't
the
get me started
YouTubes
on
and the
the social media.
Instagrams, everybody wants to put out that content. They want to put out, like, everyone wants to see the get ready with me. So everyone's going to put out a get ready with me, and they're going to put it out the same exact way, doing the same exact thing. Like, you have to find what makes you different, what makes you unique. Like, some of my favorite pages are like crazy. Like, they do the weirdest and craziest things, and weird being a good way in here, doing the weirdness and craziest things. And it's like, how did you come up with that? Like, it inspires me to like up my game. Like, how
Like
did
that.
you
Yeah.
do that?
Like that one TikTok girl, she's Asian that be eating random shit.
Yeah.
Like that stuff is crazy. My little sister's like, she was binging her at a point, bro. And it was like she
Yeah.
had millions of
Yeah.
views on like a 2-day-old video. I said, no,
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's
You got
crazy.
you just find where you
And I think we talked before about like I love interviews. Like
Yeah.
we love watching interviews. So it's like I always been fascinated with like other people's lives and just like hearing about their process, their journey. So seeing what somebody do on a daily basis or like day-to-day vlogs and stuff like that, I'll be on YouTube just watching like, dang, like look at them going shopping or like eating their favorite food. Like that's my favorite food. Like it'd be this. Everybody love that. So I think that's what I do a lot more of now because I always, like I say, I'm like a natural introvert. So like trying to work and trying to be like public with my work, but private with my life was hard. But like in 2020, I started like posting more about like where I travel to or like where I eat and stuff like that. And people gravitate to you more because they like, oh, like they feel like they know you. And I remember like before 2020, people only would talk to me about balloons. Like, and like it was cool, but it was like,
You get
damn,
boring.
why people only keep talking to me about work. And I'm like, that's because that's all you post. And it's like, then when I started posting about clothes that I like, food I like, and it's not oversaturated, but it's just like a little pops of it. And people like, damn, I like this person. Like, you know, so over time, people feel like they know you and stuff. And you know, it's better because it gets more personal. Like, and it should be like that, I feel like. You know, like you don't want to work with a company or like support a company and they never respond to you. They never like, you know, they don't engage with you. But like if you let's say you reached out to or let's say you tagged like your favorite clothing line on Instagram and then they respond back to you, you're gonna be like, damn, they
Yeah.
really like Nike really responded to me. So
Yeah.
you're probably gonna be like, damn, I'm about to get another pair.
Get two more.
Yeah, it definitely
Yeah.
makes you feel special. I think people forget that people buy people. People don't buy brands, they don't buy products, they
Right,
buy
right.
people, they buy stories. But then also brands don't sell their products. People sell their products.
Yeah.
Right, right.
So as a
That's
customer,
a gem, yo.
when you buy things, you're buying a feeling or you're buying a story.
Yeah.
So you go in the store and you pick up that nice pair of Nikes. You bought those Nikes because you had an idea, you had an outfit.
You thought about
you knew-
yourself and them joints and said, you made
You
me
thought
look
you was
really
gonna walk
good.
into the spot and everybody's gonna be like, oh, because like that's why you got them Nikes.
Yeah, it
And
is.
the same with like you get those Nikes on, now everybody sees them, they're like, Nike at no point has put out an ad. It's you just walking around with them. People like, yo, I want them shoes. Like
Yeah.
the reaction I had to his shoes, I want people to react like that to me in the shoes.
Right, yeah.
It's that like you said, that people sense of like you do good work and talking word of mouth goes way further. People will continue to word of mouth all day. People's favorite things to do is gossip. So they'll continue to talk about stuff all day.
Gossip and love.
Versus it's like I see a lot of young entrepreneurs are like, oh, like y'all won't repost me, y'all won't interact with my stuff. And it's like, you know, yeah, you want people to do that. You want that aspect. But if you can get people to really talk about what you do and to like really talk about like, yo, like I really fuck with Brian. He's a really cool
Yeah.
and he do these balloons. He do balloons. Yeah, let me show you. Like they tough. They tough.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you get that aspect. And then now it's like in random conversations. Yo, I know a dude that do balloons. You talking about you want to do a birthday party? You know somebody do balloons. Like they do balloons or balloons. No, like he do like balloons.
Yeah.
Going from that way.
Yeah. And I think that's how like I've been able to sustain for so long because I'm just being me. Like I'm not trying to sell my product or I'm not trying to sell what I do because a part of me, like, I love what I do, right? But another part of me is just like, I'm not about to overwhelm people. Like, I'm not about to go around like, yo, I got this. Like, hey, like that, like those people that you talking about who
now you're a salesman.
Right. I don't want to be a salesman. I feel like the best salesmen are people who just like chill about it. Like I'll be in a room, nobody don't even know what I do. I probably even did the work. I don't want to tell nobody like, yo, yeah, I did that. I'll rather wait for somebody else to be like, yo, you know he did the balloons? And I'll be like, hey man, like, hey, like don't even do that. You know? But then somebody might be like, no, I just want to know what you did or whatever. So like I'd rather it be that way. That's how I've been able to get here like this far. So I'm gonna keep it that way. Like I ain't switching it up.
That's thorough. So Brian, where you see yourself and where you see your brand in the next 2 years?
In 2 years. All right. So 2 years from now, September in 2024, I see myself probably living in another city, man. I might be out there with y'all in Atlanta.
Come on, gang. I told you where we at.
Yeah, man. I might be in the A, man. I gotta give me some Zaxby's. I gotta give me some cookout, man. I gotta pull back up. So I might be out there, but I feel like by the time I get out there, I'll be a little back and forth between there and Philly. Because over the next like year, I want to dive into a little bit more with like fashion and art and then real estate as well. So like that's the space that I want to be in. So I've been learning a lot about real estate behind the scenes. Like if you hear me mention like I do stuff outside of balloons, I'm like studying real estate. I'm working like firsthand, like doing a whole bunch of stuff. So within like 2 years, man, I'm trying to have a lot more money saved up. And I'm trying to be just a lot more selective with my clients. Like, so when I say that, right, there was a time where I would work with like 30 clients in 1 month, but you only making like $100 or $200 or $300 from each client. And everything isn't all profit. Like some job, like I might have a job for 300 here and a job for 300 here, but they might be two different jobs. So profit here might be 180.
Oh yeah, we're breaking up a little bit. Let's see, Brian. We're not able to hear you if you're talking. We're breaking up. Oh no! You still there? You want to call him?
Yeah.
Oh, you're back. There now. We go. Okay.
I said I was gonna wait it out. I was thorough. I was just like, damn, they can't hear me. But I heard everything y'all saying though. But what was the question again? I lost it now.
You were talking about if you have two jobs, one is $200-300 jobs, the profit might be.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So when it comes to that, like I want to be at a place now where I don't want to do 30 jobs for 30 different people in a month. I want to make that same amount of money off of 2 clients. Like I want the freedom to be able to just, like, for example, I'm working with one big client this month and that's the Eagles. I want to have the free time to like freely like walk around and think and stuff like that. Like when you got a force in your mind, like, dang, I gotta get this done by tomorrow. It's like, that's annoying. And it's hard to be creative in that space. But like, if you got 2 clients in 1 month and you know you're going to make the amount of money for 30 clients, it's like, okay, you got the time to like freely just think and let things flow. Like ideas will come natural. Like if you're just playing basketball, or if you're just watching your show, like without the pressure, you know, it'll come to you and you'll be like, oh, damn, I just thought about something dope. But when you always in work mode, it's really hard to like come up with stuff. So for example, right now, I'm thinking about like, what do I want to do personally? Like what projects do I want to put out right now? And I know I want to do an installation, but I'm trying to figure out what makes sense to put out. Cause I could just put out anything, but it's like, I don't want to just put out anything. I want to do something that I like. So came across some stuff recently that I'm excited about now, but it came just from just living my life, just natural, letting things flow, and it'll hit you one day. Like that's how my ideas come together. It's never like I'm looking for something like I gotta drop something. Like no, just let it flow and it'll hit you. And when it's time, it's gonna be like all the more special. So I say that to say like 2 years from now, I want to just be working with 1 or 2 clients a month, maybe 3 or 4 clients a month. If I'm still doing balloons like this, because like I said, I'll be doing other artsy things. You'll just have to like wait and see some of those things, but I'll be doing more artsier things. And it may stem from balloons, but it probably won't just be all balloons though. I'm gonna put out some stuff before the year is over for y'all to get a glimpse.
For
And you'll see.
sure. We
You'll see.
excited.
Well,
Very
Brian,
excited.
thank you so much for coming onto our podcast. Something we like to do when we
Absolutely.
close out every episode
Really enjoyed this.
is we want you to drop, like we call them backdrops, but it's your last bit of knowledge. It's when you had to say the last words on the mic. If someone was watching this whole time, they didn't pick up nothing from it, they obviously weren't listening. But we want to make sure that you are giving them that last little bit. They just skipped to the end of the episode. This is
Right.
the last little bit.
Man, I wish I rehearsed this.
No,
We tell everyone, every
no.
single time, everybody's like, dang, I didn't think y'all was gonna hit it.
Right. I want to say like I wish I rehearsed this, but like this is who I am, man. I got this stuff. I'm looking over at my board, like I'm trying to figure out what thing, because all of this stuff is like reminders to myself. I think that like a common theme and like what I put out on like my story every day is just like little affirmations, just trying to get people to become like the best version of themselves. And I hate for it to sound that way because sometimes it'd be like cheesy, but it's like really this is my real life. Like this is my real life, and I need this stuff for me. And I know it's a lot of other people that be inspired by it because people DM me all the time and tell me. But like the number one thing that I got up here is like the time is now to become the best version of yourself. Like don't wait 5 years from now. Me and Ian, we talked about this before about like how people think that, you gotta be in your 30s or your 40s to start becoming an entrepreneur or what have you. But like I'm 24 and I'm just striving every day to be better. Although I'm a balloon artist, although I may do some of these amazing things, like every day I'm just striving to be a better me. And I want that for other people. So if you listening, man, just strive to be the best version of yourself. You deserve it. That's what I'm on.
I like that.
We clipping that. Brian.
I like that.
Thank you so much. For the people that want to get some balloon art done, they want to just keep up with your journey, where can they find you at on the?
You can find me on Instagram at Brian the Balloon Artist, man. I'm on I'm on TikTok at Brian Balloon Artist, and that's it. Just Instagram and TikTok. But hit me up on the gram, man. I'm a real person. I'm not no bougie guy, man. Send me a DM, send me a text, hit me up, man. Let's talk.
For sure.
All
Jay,
right.
where can the people find you at?
You guys know you can find me on all socials at Jaysha Robinson, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
Find me on all the socials, TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at Ian A. Barrett, 2 R's, 2 T's, _ at the end. Don't forget to follow Beat the Maze podcast on all social media platforms, including YouTube at Beat the Maze podcast. And make sure you leave a rating, review. Check us out, man. Let us know. Share this with somebody because somebody in your network needs this.
They definitely do. And we will catch you guys next Monday at 8 a.m. on the dot. See you there.
Sure.